everybody, Chris Cox here. I've got a killer Alice Cooper guitar lesson for you today. We're going to do I'm 18. So the tuning for this is standard, but it's slightly sharp. So I'll give you an open E when we start the lesson so you can tune up to me because I'm playing along with the album, and that way you'll be in tune with the lesson as well. I am going to have the complete guitar tablature for this song on my Patreon channel, so I'll leave a link in the description. Take you straight over there. Membership is only $1. That gives you access to everything on the page. And I hope to see you there, and sure do appreciate the support. So let's go ahead and get started with I'm 18. As I mentioned earlier, this tuning is standard tuning, but it's slightly sharp, so I'll go ahead and give you a low E to tune to if you want to play along with the record. Okay, so the first riff, it sounds like this. Okay, so the first chord we're hitting is just an E5 chord, which is an open E string, and then you're going to fret on the second fret of the A string. It's just a... And then we do this. Now we do a quick little down up pick open E before we fret. So we do two quick picks on the open E, one pick on the second fret of the E, one pick on the third fret of the E, and then an open A. One more time slowly. Then it goes. Now that's going to consist of a C major chord, which you're going to flatten your first finger across the A, D, G, B, and high E string, and then your ring finger is going to be flattened across the fifth fret of the D, G, and B. And it's... So first I hit the C note, then the G note on the fifth fret, and then play the whole chord. And then come back to the C note and play the D major chord. So it just allows you to play, by coming back to that C, that he slides in from C to D before that D major chord's played. So play that again slowly. Now, you probably missing the trailer. I do a little down up. It just, I don't know, for some reason it feels more natural to me, so I'll show that to you in case you just want to do that. And I think live they kind of play it like this too, so it just... So it's just right as you finish, one down up strum before you go back into that low E. So that gets through a few times, and then it goes into this. And then we go into the kind of the first guitar solo, I guess, first fill. But we're going to be here at the A5, so that's going to be open A, second fret of the D, second fret of the G, and you do a... It's a real loose strumming pattern, so it's... Then we go to a B5, second fret of the A, fourth fret of the D and G, and then go... Shift down a half step to the C. That's going to be third fret of the A, fifth fret of the D and G. And then shift a whole step down 2 frets to the D, which is going to be fifth fret of the A, seventh fret of the D and G. So it's... And then he goes... So you can just hold that chord if you want. And just play the more of the treble side of the strings on that right before you come out of that. So then it comes right back into the main riff again. So that's the introduction part. We'll start the verse here in a second, but I do want to show you the next part's going to be that first guitar. We're going to just basically play that first part you hear like a one, the first guitar fill you hear first like a harmonica playing this note. It goes. So I just kind of transpose that to guitar. So it's just here on the 15th fret of the B string, you'll just do a slow bend, full bend up, so it's going to be 2 fret bends. So we go. You can do that and just. And then the first lick is. And that's just going to be from 7th fret of the D to 9th fret of the D. So we go. And then 7th fret of the G, 9th fret of the G, and then you're going to play 8th fret of the B, 10th fret of the B. So it's, or you can hammer on, or either way you want to play it. But once you come down through there, once you get to this note, which is going to be an A note, you can do a bend. So you go 1, 2, and on that last part you're bending up and then releasing. So what I mean with a bend and release is you're basically coming up and then come back down to the original note and then in here on the 8th fret of the B and then finish on the 9th fret of the G. So it's. I have a flanger pedal played right now because that was kind of the closest thing I had to kind of mimic what's going on the album. I'm not sure really what effect pedal that those guys are using on this song, but it sounds cool. It sounds eerie. So the first part is just this. So you're first going to play an open E, and I would recommend go ahead and just anchor your first finger here on the 2nd fret of the D string for this. So you play open E, 3rd fret of the B, open B, open G, and then one more time. Remember guys, I have this tabbed out on my Patreon channel. It's a great way to reference the lesson. So you can go to the description and there'll be a link to the Patreon page. Click that, it'll take you over there. Membership's only $1. So then we do this. So this is a C chord. And that's going to be 3rd fret of the A, 2nd fret of the D, open G, 1st fret of the B. And then you're going to play. So it's kind of a partial. This will be just a plain D5. We're going to play open, so it's not full G, a D major chord. So open D, 2nd fret of the G, 3rd fret of the B, and then open B. So play that again. Repeats again. Now we're going to play a full, the same C major chord. So let's just be down, all the way down, all 5 strings. Play this. So you're going to play just a D major chord here. So open D string, second fret of the G, third fret of the B, second fret of the high E. We go. And then we play this. So that's going to be second fret of the high E, third fret of the high E, back to the second fret of the high E, open high E, third fret of the B. And then repeat that first arpeggio, that E arpeggio again. So when we come out of, and we go out of that arpeggio part, the verse, the chorus is just the same. It's just a. Back to that A5, B, C. That quick little down up strumming part right before we end that, and then it goes back into the now underneath that is your second guitar. So that's the second fill right out of that chorus. So that last time that you play that, you know, you come out of that. Then you go to the, and that's going to be a double stop, so you're going to have the 14th fret of the G string, that's where your ring finger is going to be. You're going to anchor at the 12th fret of the B. You're going to bend up, and then play the B again. Again, all this is tabbed out at my Patreon channel, which is a great reference for this. So you go, the link is in the description. So you go up, bend, hit the B, let it back down, 12th fret of the G, come back to the 14th fret. So 12, and then in on the 14th fret of the D. So second verse is played the same, so I'm just going to do a quick playthrough with that. So this will be after the fill. We do the back into the main chorus again. So after the second chorus goes through the is the guitar solo, and guitar solo sounds like this. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is similar to that second fill. You're going to anchor here on the 12th fret of the B. The bend's going to occur on the 14th fret of the G. You're playing those two strings together. You go. So play that again. All down strums. So you can kind of see I'm basically doing a little rock back and forth on the G string. So I'm slightly dropping that G string down. That's going to be 14th fret of the D, 12th fret of the D, back to the 14th fret of the D, and then on the 12th fret of the G. Then you're doing just a first you play the 12th, and then you're doing a pull off. You're picking this pull off from 14 to 12 on the G. Or you can pick it either way, so you just pick that one time each on that pull off. Now that bend's going to be here on the 14th fret of the G, and you're grabbing the 12th fret of the high E, so you gotta, so, and then we go. So that's another double stop lick here. The anchor point's going to be at the 12th fret of the high E, the bend's going to occur at the 15th fret of the B, and we do a 2 bends up, and then we go. Last part's going to be a bend here to 15th fret of the high E. So we play it, bend it up, bring it back to pitch. 12th fret of the high E. And then a pull off from 15 to 12 on the B. And that's a slow bend at the last note of that on the 14th fret, so play that slowly again. So did not, I was a little flat on that last high E note, so there we go. Okay, so after that, we go back into that final verse, and you know, there's two guitar players in Alice Cooper, and sometimes 3, but you hear, you know, you still hear the arpeggio on the final verse, but you also hear your guitar going, you know, it's just playing some really loose chords in there. So I actually will leave out that bass note and just do it. So if you want to play that over under, you know, as the other guitar part, you can. It's just barring here, starting at the 7th fret of the D, G, and B, then going to the 5th fret, and then going to the 7th fret, just playing the same thing. For me, I think it's a little easier just to go back into the arpeggiated part of the 3rd verse. So and this is the last chorus. Out of that, there is some, you know, kind of just accented ending there. So the first one's just a low E. We played this already. Just open E and 2nd fret of the A. Then to the C5, 3rd fret of the A, 5th fret of the D and G, the D5, 5th fret of the A, 7th fret of the D and G, and then it ends on a D, excuse me, I cannot talk today, E minor. So that's going to be 7th fret of the A, 7th fret of the A, 9th fret of the D and G, and then 8th fret of the B string, and then flatten your 1st finger out to grab that 7th fret of the high E. So you just, is the ending of the song. So if you guys enjoyed this, again, I have the full tablature on my Patreon channel. The link is in the description. You click that, it'll take you over. Membership is only $1. It includes access to everything on the channel, and I so much appreciate the support. And I hope you guys are doing well and look forward to seeing you soon.